shit.
By the way, this episode is brought to you by Diet Henny.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Aaliyah Michelle.
It's Brother Bang.
And I'm Mugga Reese, and we are
Unrecognized Real.
What's the deal? What's the dilly?
What's up?
We ain't do that in a while.
I know. Like, I forgot how to do it, honestly.
I done had 2 kids since the last time you recorded.
First and foremost, we survived 2020, right?
Facts.
Sheesh.
Barely, like, that shit.
God damn.
I feel like we're still in the aftermath of 2020.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm hungover.
Yeah.
I'm hungover for 2020.
Real. Like, listen, like, 2021 don't start till June. Like, look.
So June.
That's when I get shit together. Like, all right,
No, it started like April or March. Like when the pandemic hit, that's when 2020 is over.
Yeah, you got reset.
We got reset.
Yeah, that's in the right, man. That's in the right. Oh,
Yeah,
my God,
reset.
man. Like, listen, what is Kim? Is we introducing this as, season 3? This official?
Yeah, this is officially season 3.
Season 3.
Yeah, like, season
every series. By the time we get to season 3, it start getting good or it's getting worse.
No, season 3 like the last good season. It really is. Like season 4 be like and then season 5 way off the charts. Like,
I mean, it depends on what series.
Yeah,
Season 5
season 4 when he came with the it's all that, like the intro, he got the goatee. That Martin, like
That wasn't bad.
That wasn't
bad.
trash.
It was not that bad. It was not that bad.
That was horrible.
That
was horrible.
Yeah, most shit season 5 start getting off. So hopefully we don't got that curse. Like,
Yeah, no, we good.
So,
We good.
Season 3.
We one of the greats.
Unrecognized Real, the rebrand. Now this time around, we promise. Can we promise that?
We can promise.
We promise that we'll be more consistent.
Right.
Can we promise that? Well, you get to see us every episode now. We definitely won't record the full episode every time around. Yeah, and like, look forward to some of this shit from us.
For shiggity.
Shit, like, what we gonna lead off with today? Y'all wanna get right into it, or should we like?
Let's get right into it. I'm a little anxious.
Okay. You wanna lead us in, Bang?
No, I'll let you lead it.
All right, cool. So
I ain't that anxious. I just want to talk my shit.
In the last couple months, as we were sitting here on our off time, right? What is it, the postseason?
Right.
The off season. We're sitting here in the off season, right?
Right.
And of course, I went back. I like podcasts, right? So I went back and I started listening to our podcast from the beginning. And one thing I did notice is like from how we started to where we are now, it was so much growth within that time span. Like, and now I want to use that time to talk about self growth within not just the show itself, but individually. Like, how do y'all feel y'all have grown within the last 2 years?
Well, my hair definitely grown.
Yeah, both of y'all definitely like listen.
Leah too.
Leah look like Leah had the Wale dread. That was booming, like the weeds. You got the weed shit down. Like,
little razzle dazzle.
Like, me too. Look. I got a.
Nigga got a Sunni.
I got a fucking beard.
Sound like
y'all tripping, man. Look, man, we in here.
He got a Sunni.
Yeah, like one thing I had, I downloaded this app, right? I shouldn't say the name of the app, should I? I don't know.
Nah, we ain't gonna.
All right, so this app allows you to go back and it'll bring up all your posts, like your social media posts from throughout the years on that same day. So if you posted something on 2006 on MySpace, I guess, I don't know, and on February 2nd, so it'll show you on February 2nd, it'll pull it up like, yo, this is what you did, 12 years ago on MySpace.
Right.
And that's when I started to really look at like, yo, the shit that I was like writing and posting, I'm like, yo, I really was on some shit, like, and I could see, like, yo, I was going through. I go back to those times and realize, like, what I was going through around that time, and realize, oh yeah, I definitely was on some shit. Like, okay, all right, cool. Like one thing, like I had saw one, right, and I was talking about, I was wilding too, like I was wilding.
I was wilding.
It was chauvinistic me, right? I think it's a chauvinistic when I was being chauvinist. Is that the word?
Chauvinistic.
We gon' That's the word.
Chauvinistic.
Yeah. I think that's when I was, being chauvinistic, right? And I tweeted out and I was saying like, I I tried my best to try to see if this was like a song lyric or some shit. Like
You was embarrassed.
yo, I'm like, how the fuck? Like yo, I said, where the fuck is it at? Man, I said I'm never spending money on a chick like outside of going to the poppy store. That's what I said. I never spend money on a chick outside. This is like 13 years ago, right? So. That's no excuse. And it was on Facebook, so my mom and them seen this shit. Like it's people in the comments.
The poppy store.
But it's like I don't know if maybe I was talking shit, but then I think about it. Like one of my close homies, I was talking to him, and I'm like, no, like we really used to think this way, like all the way back then. This is 2009, I think. Yeah, 2009, 2009.
Yeah,
like,
probably like 8.
This is around that time. Like yo, we really used to think this way. Like no, we not spending no money. Mind you, I'm only like 13 years old. Was like 19, 20. So it's like, yeah, I ain't even had no money, first and foremost. Like that's one whole thing. Like, I didn't have no money. And naturally, like, you know, I'm supposed to think different than 20-year-old me, but I see the foolishness I was on in 20, what did I say, 2009, 2008? That was like some real fuckery shit. And I'm just like, yo, like, I really was
a different person. You was a different person.
I was a fuckboy though, but I understand it now, like looking at it now, versus back then, I was a fuckboy. Right? Would y'all agree with that?
I would agree with you there.
I don't know. Then again, was it different when we was 19?
Yes, it was very different.
It was very different when we was 19.
Because I was doing me during that time, but it just...
But you are your experiences too.
True.
So you know what I mean? Whatever you was going through, whatever your situation was at that time, that's what mindset you was in. That's how your train of thought is. Like, you know what I mean? You are your experiences. So, like, I definitely can see that. I
just want to know why you thought that would ever be a song lyric. like, what?
He just wanted to justify it. He needed to make sense.
I thought you were going to say some other shit. Like, what?
I'm trying to look like somebody, Gucci or somebody said this shit, and I'm just repeating it. Like,
he tried looking up song lyrics. Yo, I never spend money on
chick. I was on Google really trying to find it. I know somebody. It's a bad rap.
Somebody said this shit.
Right?
You know how many times I went back on Facebook and looked like years ago and be like, I gotta delete this shit. I delete old stuff all the time. Like,
I be deleting stuff too.
Like, this is embarrassing.
Yo, if y'all haven't done that already, you have to clean up your social media. Like, no, you don't know. Like, I don't know what you do, what type of career you in, whatever you get into. You don't want to wake up famous for one day and then
gotta apologize for some shit from 2006. Like, whoa.
Listen, just go to your Twitter account, Facebook, and you can't do it on Instagram. You just gotta delete posts. Like, or delete your.
You gotta delete your Instagram. Yeah, you gotta make a whole new page at this point.
You got 1,000 fucking pictures on there that you like. You're not about to sit there and delete that. Just delete the whole account. But if you go to Facebook or what's the other one? Twitter or anything, any of those, you could go in the search bar, type your name in the search bar, and then after your name, put like a word like bitch. Click search, and it'll show up every time you said the word bitch or somebody said the word bitch that was referring to you, and it'll show up. Like, you would be surprised how much shit you done said. Like, oh no, yeah. Like, I'm like, all the words you ain't supposed to say now, like faggot, like gay, do any of those. Any of those, just see how fucked up you really was 11 years ago or whatever. Because I wanted to, I'm like, yikes, like this is fucking bad. Like,
so let me ask you this. I'm asking both of y'all this too. So do you feel like that you use the word gay differently now because of how open it is now?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's just based off of like we said, mature
society too.
Yeah, society and just
because like, you know, like even though gay been around for a long time, but like it was cool to be like,
that's gay.
Like that's gay. Like no homo or you know what I mean. Like it was good. It was cool to be like that. But now you got to be like, you know, more sensitive to.
But see, that go like society grow too. Like society because now when you understand like, oh wait, that's offensive to people. You know what I mean? So it's definitely like, it's like you know, we grow. We definitely like self growth. Like what I think I'm gonna do for now, here on out, whenever I find one of these outrageous tweets or whatever, I'm going to read it online just so y'all can read it on here just so y'all can see like hear some of the bullshit I was coming up with. And it's just like, yo, like I got a lot of like every day I go on here and I see something brand new. Like I got a bunch of them. It's just like, nah.
I probably have to go through my Twitter and Facebook. I remember one time I went through my Facebook and I was just like mortified of the spelling, like the spelling and the grammar that I used to use back then. I'm just like, what the fuck was I even trying to say?
Yeah,
like,
I used to write in all caps. I used to hate it. I'm like, I was one of them dudes. I said, you a weirdo. And I used to put 3 dots after every like
it's more to come. Like you gonna finish this another time. Like,
yo,
man, like,
yo.
I don't know. It just seemed weird. And then like I feel like last year a lot of people, even to now, with the coronavirus and the quarantine and everything, I feel like it forced people into situations they wasn't ready for. And a lot of times that's what growth really is. Like, like you can't prepare for growth. It's because it's new to you. So it's something that's totally, you're not really prepared for, but you got to adjust as it comes through. And I think with the last year, like for me, definitely like growth as far as like, so me and my daughter's mom broke up 2 years ago. However, it didn't really dawn on me like, oh shit, I really gotta be a parent on this full spectacle, like with somebody who's no longer your partner, not just your intimate partner, but like she's my partner that she gotta be like the people you work with, like I gotta deal with you when we at work. So when we not at work, I can like fuck off, like I ain't gotta talk to you. However, when you got to raise a child, like us, being co-parent, that shit like no nigga like
that's a job all the time. You always on call.
Like,
exactly.
You always on call.
I think last year was when I really had to like, oh shit, I really got to deal with this now. Because before, like I'm talking about, it was bare communication with my daughter's mother, like bare communication. So it's like, oh shit, like with everything that was going on last year, it was like, no nigga, you gotta have this conversation now. Like it ain't no like, it just like. Damn, and I think I could see myself like looking at how I was entering 2020 and then how I was out of 2020. I look at stuff totally different. Like even like as far as like parenting, like damn, like I don't want to be the stern parent now. Yeah. Like I don't see no use. I don't see no use in that me having to be the stern parent. Now.
Right.
Like, I mean, I got times where it's like, no, you got to, but I don't want to. I don't feel like I have to do that anymore. Whereas I feel like I had to be that way when we was together. So it's definitely like
you could be more the parent that you want to be, like
exactly,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. So I don't know. What about y'all? Like how y'all feel as far as your personal growth?
Personal growth wise, I feel like I'm more in tune with like trying to get in tune with my mental health. That's something I focused on a lot in 2020. Because I didn't, like financially I was fine. I was working throughout the pandemic, but like mentally, I feel like mentally I was in shambles. Like I didn't know what was going on. I was scared. Then I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this with school. I became a fucking home teacher, homeschool teacher. Like I'm like, yo, it was just like the weirdest thing ever, and it was just like so much happened at one time. And it's like I gotta really do it, and it's like everything was coming down at once. So I just started focusing on like ways to like better my mental health, because I found myself not sleeping at times and I'm just crying for no reason. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I was scared of shit, but I started like writing and I started getting into like meditation and stuff like that. So I'm cool now. Like, I even created like my own mental health journal with like tactics and stuff that I was using, because a lot of other people was like talking about like depression and anxiety and stuff like that. Even though I don't really like labels, so I didn't really want to do it at first, but somebody mentioned it, so I did it.
I read somewhere that mental health is more so like it's a journey without destination, and like what I took that as is basically like you'll never, like it'll be times where you happy, but that's not you're never gonna always be happy,
right? That's
like,
true.
Like you're gonna go through happiness and then may find yourself in a time where you're just angry all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
But the whole part of the journey is to find that happiness again. Like just keep going forward, to the happiness. And like I think I was watching an interview with Will Smith. I think he was, who was it? I can't remember what interview, who he was on, whatever he was on, whatever. But like, I remember him saying he applied that to his relationship, and of course this is post
entanglement.
Yeah,
post entanglement.
Right. No, I'm sorry. It's pre-entanglement.
Pre-entanglement. Okay.
Yeah, this is pre-entanglement.
Oh wow.
And he was like, before it even came out anyway, but and he was saying that like. What works in his relationship was that his happiness is not his wife's
responsibility.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's his own responsibility, like for him to be happy. and then her happiness was her responsibility, and they just had to learn to be happy together.
Right.
So it was like I thought that shit was like, damn, like that definitely something that really needs to apply, because we always talk about making other
people happy.
Like,
yeah.
honestly, like I can't, like, what if the thing that need for you makes you happy is seeing other people? Like, how the fuck, what am I supposed to do about that? Like, what am I supposed to do about that? So it's just like, yeah, nah.
No, I get that. So I got this theory, right? I got this theory about mental health, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that all black people suffer from some type of form of mental health issues, right?
Right.
And I think it's just hereditary. I just think it's in our DNA for what we've been through over time, right? And I just think that it's obligatory that we all find a way to figure out what our, like, you know, or try to identify our issue, like, you know what I mean? Or like, like, you know what I mean? Like, for example, like, I know a lot of females like to say they bipolar to be like it's a fab or whatever, but a lot of motherfuckers are bipolar. Like, and you playing around with it, and you really might be really bipolar, and you know what I mean. You don't really want to get that checked out, like, you know what I mean. I just feel like,
or it might be like something that they, like you said, dealing with traumas, thinking that that's okay to feel like, you know,
right, exactly.
I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I could be a certain way.
A lot of people don't even know what bipolar is. They don't mean
They
you're gonna be mad.
Like, they think that because you have mood swings, you're bipolar.
Yeah, that doesn't. That's not what they mean.
I don't mean on that in that sense.
You never have a consistent wave of emotion. Like, you never had consistent. Like, you one way and then you another way. Like,
right.
Some people, they get bipolar totally fucking wrong, and they're just like, all right. It's interesting to see that a lot. Like, people just
And then if you ever pay attention, if you ever pay attention to how people deal with their emotions too, like, you know what I mean? You be like, it, like, sometimes, like, you ever like dealt with somebody who deal with their emotions, you be like, that don't even make sense to me, like, you know what I mean? Or just like, I just like, you just don't understand people, or people just don't understand like certain things, or how to cope with certain things. It's just like, you know, you really might be dealing with something. Like, I think it should be like, I think it should be obligatory for all black people to have some type of therapy, and it don't have to be traditionally, like, you know, traditional therapy, like where you sit in front of a person and you talk about your problems, but it's all types of forms of therapy to deal with, you know, mental health issues.
I think a lot of us do. I mean, there are a lot of outlets for, you know, that's therapeutic.
For sure,
like,
for sure.
This alone is therapeutic.
It is, yes,
for me.
Yes, it is.
I just feel like I agree with you. Like, I think everybody dealing with some type of mental health issue like this is not like on the front, like they are aware of. Like, I think all of us are doing that.
I just think especially black people, though, we just been through so much, like, you know what I mean? So much trauma that is just in our DNA that we just fucked up. Like, we got to get our shit together. Like, you know what I mean? You ever think about it, like how we you know, when things going on in the world, you're like, well, why we can't just come together? Why we can't do this? Why we can't do that? Because we fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? We got to find ourselves, like, again, like, you know what I mean? And then, until we address that part of ourselves, we can never move forward as a people, and you know what I mean, in a tremendously, like, you know what I mean, in great numbers, because, like, you know what I mean, until we figure ourselves out, we gotta get ourselves together, man. But yeah, that is just a little theory I had about you know, mental health issues. But as far as personal growth, I'm gonna tell you this: 2020, the toughest thing about 2020 for me is trying not to be. No, I always stay in the house. I stay in the house, though. That's what I'm saying.
Like, I stay in the house, but as soon as that skating ring open, that nigga was he was out
exactly. Listen. Long as I can skate, and do like that little stuff, I'm cool.
No mask on.
No mask.
Corona is going right past his face and shit. He's just going right through it. Like, no care in the world. Like,
but that was my biggest challenge, is like just trying to adjust to how the world is gonna be now. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I just was so rebellious to it. Like, I just didn't want to give in. I'm walking in stores without masks, making them tell me to put it on. Like, you got to make me put this going on. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I guess I'm just one of them niggas. But like, that was just the hardest part for me with 2020, because I had a couple of 2020 type years as far as like hard whatever, you know. But you know, just me trying to adjust to how the world is going to be now. Like, because even after everybody, like, let's just say that the COVID numbers go down, right? Yeah. You know, it's still gonna be a bunch of people like, I ain't trusting it. Nope, mask the fuck up. I ain't trusting it, and it's just gonna be a thing. Like, it's just gonna be our new way of living. Sneezing in public was never gonna be okay. Yo, I hate having to hold my cough in. Like, it's the most uncomfortable feeling in the world.
I was in the market a couple days ago. This lady, she sneezed. She was like in an aisle with me, but she not even close to me. She said she apologized to me for sneezing. Like, I was gonna say bless you, but I'm like, I don't know if she's like Christian and I don't fucking know. She was like, she looked at me. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
She had a mask on, everything. She did the arm drill. She did everything right, but she still apologized. I'm like,
No, listen.
Like, it's just the new way. It's just the new way. Like,
It's never gonna
we
be.
live in a new world. Like,
Allergies is gonna be like, have a hard time dealing with like outside world. Like, no, nigga, they ain't allergies.
imagine telling our kids, like, man, I remember we never used to have to wear masks. We be out here ratchet without masks, man.
Right, like, that shit sound like,
y'all lying. Y'all had to wear a mask. You ain't had to wear no
that
mask.
shit sound like a sin now. Like, you got a mask on. Like,
You ain't got your mask.
Like,
Like, now niggas got a bunch of them Jones. Like, they keep them under the seat like they guns and shit. Like, you got your mask.
That'd be the worst when you get out your car ready to go somewhere. You like, shit, I forgot my
I
mask.
do it
We gotta
all
go
the
back.
time. Nigga, it's the worst when you leave it at home and you ain't got nothing in the car.
Oh, yeah.
You either gotta buy one
Like,
or you got to go back to the
I always
crib.
keep them
Like,
Jones in the car.
trying to get a. It's like, yeah. Like, I don't know, man. That shit definitely.
got masked up.
Yeah, like, I think, but that
Shit like carrying a gun now.
That go back to growth, like you said though.
You say, bro, you got your mask? That shit like a burner now. Like,
Yeah, can't leave without it.
can't leave without it.
I check to make sure I got my phone, my keys, and my mask. I ain't even make sure I got my wallet. Like,
Like,
mask.
I forgot my wallet, but at least I got my mask.
Right.
Right.
For
Like,
real.
I'm cool. Like, I don't know, man. Like, but that's definitely part of growth. Like, that's like you rebel against growth.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
think about. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where, say, like you lost, like I don't know, your parents broke up, and you trying to adapt to. Imagine trying to adapt to life where you had to live with one and not
Right.
the other around. So, and you imagine how how rebellious you was to that. Like, you didn't want to. I don't want to accept this. That
Right,
this
yeah,
person
for
is
sure.
no longer around. I've been to not that, but like I grew up in one point where my older cousins lived with me.
Mm-hmm.
Older dude, and then when he was moving out, I didn't want to accept that he was leaving. Like, no, like we not. No, he gonna come back. Like next week, everything gonna be cool.
Right,
Like, no, this
everything
nigga
be
leaving for good. Like, mind you, he didn't even live with us that long.
No
but it was just long enough
return.
for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, just I remember when I was trying to like I had an attitude towards my mom. Like, she did it and everything. Like, it was like so much. Like, you know, so I can only imagine, like, you know, just how kids they had to deal with that type of, you know.
yeah,
trauma.
especially with school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna do the most damage. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of kids, I know that their grades are probably dropping, and
Right,
then I know if we had to do this type of schooling when I was in high school, I would have never graduated. I'm
No,
just telling you,
that's
just
real
keep it
shit,
as it be. Like, I would have
I
never
would've
graduated.
I ain't gonna leave the house, so this should have helped.
I would have never graduated if I had the
But see,
school like
some
this when I was in
kids
high school.
They do cherish that, what's that, social interactions.
Yeah,
Those
some-
are the ones
yeah.
who suffering for it because they like, yo,
Yeah.
how
The kids that need that though,
Yeah,
like,
they-
you know what I
Listen,
mean?
it's kids cutting class at home. Like they ain't even getting up. They like, man, I ain't got.
like with the iPad laptop on, they just watching TV behind
Listen.
it. Like you ain't even.
It's kids that I used to
Yo,
coach.
like-
It's kids that I used to coach. I see on Instagram posting weed prices now. Like, I got
Yo.
pounds. I'm like, what the hell? 2020 was
Yeah.
something else.
It's
Like,
definitely
I'm
crazy.
telling you,
It's
boy.
definitely crazy, man.
Like,
It's definitely crazy, but it's as crazy as it is because we almost at a year. We almost at a year because I think when we first started getting like national news, it was like in
Like February, March, right?
It was February when it started getting national news. Now they didn't say it was in America yet though, so
Right.
Yeah,
like,
so we
March
wasn't
was
really
when-
worried about it at
March, like,
first.
the first week of March
Yeah.
when we actually went into quarantine. So yeah, but I think like it's the norm now. Like we were saying that shit like, oh yeah, when it's all over. How many times you hear that when
When it's
yeah, when this thing over, man, we gonna go out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
When this
we
thing
gonna do
over,
this.
you know, this, that, third.
Yeah.
Now that shit like, man, like this is it now.
This
Like,
ain't never
it ain't
gonna
no
be
way
over.
over.
Yeah.
I don't even hear people talk about no more. Like they just like.
I mean, at this point, it's either you gonna go or you not, cause
like just imagine the people who still not working now.
Yeah.
That's
Just
tough.
imagine
they
Yeah.
close so much stuff.
tough.
Like
It's like it's ridiculous. It's definitely ridiculous though. Like I don't know. Where y'all wanna go next though?
Let's talk politics.
All right, let's talk politics.
Since we already on that, kind
Yeah,
of
2021. What was that? December 20th, right? That was Martin Luther King Day.
no,
You mean
Not
January?
What I said?
January. You said
You said December 20th.
Oh, all right, I'm fucked up. Yeah.
That's damn near Christmas Eve. This nigga talking about Martin Luther King.
Yeah, but like it was the inauguration, right?
Yep, Trump finally left
Yeah.
cause he was not trying to
He
go.
didn't show up to the joint. Like,
Nah,
that's
he
a-
didn't. He had a
that's
pocket.
ass shit, like, damn, bro, like he like, yo, you know what? They probably gonna rumble me. Like I ain't even got time for this. Like I'm out. Like nigga was in Florida playing golf and shit. Like yo, fuck that another inauguration. But
Right.
yeah, Biden, he did it. Joe Sleepy Joe did it. Like,
So how y'all
Sleepy
feel
Joe.
about it?
I mean,
honestly, whenever it comes to voting for presidency, you kind of going against the greater evil, I guess, or the better evil.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that he does a good job. I did vote for him,
I honestly like.
but
My
I
question
did
is
vote
this,
for him. But I just want to see what's going to
I
happen.
feel like doing a good job as a presidency is
It's not good. No.
like but I feel like you it's an uphill bit. Like you can't do a good job. Like you can't satisfy everybody. Like it's just how it goes. Like
Yeah,
Listen,
we
he
know that.
been
We
talking
know.
about. I don't know how much debt y'all in with student loans, but if he could get some of my
That's
student
good.
loans,
Yeah,
Okay, I see why you voted for
he
him.
the
then.
man.
I see why you voted for him.
That's
then.
what I want.
yeah, that's the most important.
So if he
part
could
of it,
actually, it's saying it and then it's actually doing it. So if you actually do something that I wanted you to do in president, you are alright with me. So
But
we'll
that's
see.
what I-
Like, we'll see when it happens. Like
But see, that's what I don't. That's what I don't agree with. Like, you know, just the promises. Like, you know what I mean? I need guarantees before you get my vote. Like, you know what I
They
mean?
can't
Like, just
guarantee
a
that.
promise, and that's like giving somebody some money and say, you know, like in hoping that they're gonna bring your food. Like, you know what I mean? I need to know that my food coming.
Right.
What I order is what I'm getting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just ain't agree with that. But
that's the
yeah.
but that's the thing with politics is don't promise. Like you can't promise. First of all, I think mentally we give the president more power than we think.
yeah, it's so
Like,
many
well,
people it has to go
we
through
think he got more
first.
problem we have. Like it ain't up to this nigga to arrange.
But that's what I admired about Trump. He showed you that it is.
No,
Like,
I know.
he showed you that you could do whatever you want.
Yeah, but Trump was doing the same thing. He was giving promises he couldn't make. Like
Exactly.
what happened to the wall? Like what happened to the wall, bro? Like
I
his
mean-
whole campaign was built on that wall.
That was propaganda. Like, that was
the campaign
propaganda,
built
bro.
higher than the wall was. Like no, he was saying build that wall. Remember the chant?
Definitely was.
Build that wall.
Yeah, that was to get
What happened to lock
those.
Hillary up? That's another thing that he's supposed to do.
Lock Hillary up.
He's supposed to lock Hillary up and build the wall.
See, that was the shadow. That was a shadow to cover up his
But-
real agenda. That
what
was his
I'm
real
saying-
agenda. He had a deeper agenda. Like,
What I'm saying is these motherfuckers always make promises. That shit can't like even Biden himself said like yo he can't just eliminate a student loan.
loans.
Right.
That you can't.
You just
like,
can't do that.
What is it, $1 trillion debt or whatever? I don't know how much fucking money, but it's a lot of bread that is owed to the federal government that he can't just like oh no we just drop them. So
Right.
the one thing I saw was they were going to do a limit like it was like $10,000. Like get rid of $10,000 for debt.
Yeah, I did
So
see
I
that.
saw or 10%. It might be 10%. I don't know, one or the other, right? So with $10,000, that means nothing to somebody who owed $200,000.
Right.
Where we're like, what nigga? Like,
True.
First of all, I wasn't gonna pay y'all the $200,000. You didn't gonna pay the $190,000.
like, all right.
Like it's still not getting this shit. Like another thing I saw them having a plan to where they got rid of 0% the interest like on all the loan, like get rid of the interest now because that's most of the fucking
That is from
debt
That is from interest,
right?
yeah.
So that's already part of it. Like so that helps a lot of motherfuckers too because like all right cool, but again like if to somebody who got their masters or they fucking doctoring, it's like nigga this shit don't mean nothing to me because I
That's
wasn't
true.
gonna pay this shit anyway. So it's like, I feel like he can't do it. It won't happen on his presidency alone. Like I feel like this is something that gotta be put in effect and then keep going and like the next person
Yeah.
elected more. Now, I think Bernie Sanders would have got that shit done, but we would have
Bernie.
to deal with whatever bullshit on the back end would have came with it. Like
You said you
taxes
feel like
up,
Bernie would have got it done?
Bernie would because that was his only thing he was standing on. Like
Right.
yo, get rid of student debt. Like he was standing on that. So I feel like he would have had to come through with that. Like
I low key wanted Bernie in there though.
but Biden
I low key wanted
adopted it
Bernie.
because of
Bernie, yeah.
like, it was forced on him. Like
Right.
Biden adopted that from Bernie. Bernie, he
Right.
the first one to come here and say that. Like yo, look, get rid of eradicate student debt. Like eradicate fucking student debt. That's it. Like so I do think I wanted to happen. Definitely wanted to happen. I'm barely affected by it. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I am too. That's how I
Yeah, you don't really
I
give a
wish.
fuck. I'm barely affected.
I'm probably under like $5,000.
Oh, you know, I'm like $9,000. So
I'm like probably like 4 or some change or something. I had scholarship, but I just used the money for
Right.
like to get.
The-
Not me.
The
Refund
worst
checks.
part about I don't even want to get into the school thing, but it's just like the worst part about the whole shit is like, yo, imagine owing all this money, you ain't got the certificate or you don't got the fucking
Yeah.
the degree.
Bruh.
You ain't got nothing. Like you can't do shit with them fucking that transcript. Like
This episode of Unrecognized Real is sponsored by PS It's Natural.
PS Natural is a family brand committed to providing natural hair and beard care products you can trust. Their lightweight, versatile formulas are for all hairstyles and hair types. PS It's Natural have products for the entire family and truly believe it's not just hair. Visit their website at www.psitsnaturalllc.com and use our promo code UNRPOD. Again, that's UNRPOD for 20% off your first purchase. And you can also follow them on Instagram at psitsnatural_LLC. Yeah, so I don't know if he going I don't got no hope for him to. I mean, I got hope for him to eradicate student, do something to the shit.
I ain't got no hope in none of them
I don't think
niggas.
it's gonna happen with him. Like, I just don't see it. I don't know. Like,
I voted for Kanye.
You for what?
For Kanye.
You wasted the
That
shit.
bullshit.
I didn't vote at all. I just wanted to bid. I ain't vote at all.
All right. Man, this shit. I guess I don't want to get in that.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, how y'all feel about the stimulus though? Like, which I think first of all that go back to Biden too. I don't think you can get both. Either we gonna get the two racks or we gonna get
Man, I don't even care about the 2 racks. Just get rid of my student loans.
Like, it ain't no way. Like,
I believe the 2,000 stuff when it's in my account. I'm not about to be like, you about to get everybody kept talking about, we about to get this extra 2,000.
What they gonna do is they gonna make y'all take them vaccines to get that $2 grand. That's why they waiting.
Never that. I'm not doing it.
I take the 2, have my check.
What?
You will get that 2 and turn into a mutant, and you ain't even gonna know how to spend the shit.
All the time. Do anybody know anybody personally that had to take the vaccine?
No, but I'm probably going to take it.
My mom had to take it.
It was an older lady I know.
My mom took it. I be looking at it every day like, how about you good? She's like, what you talking about? What you asked me that for?
I don't trust it. It usually takes years sometimes to come up with a good vaccine.
Right.
You ain't about to just stab me with some shit you just
And
came
then,
up with
and then it's
last
not even a
night.
medical professional.
Sugarwood.
Listen,
what's his name? What was Bill Gates? He ain't got no no degrees and none of that. Like he ain't no doctor.
listen.
Like
look, Trump became the president, bro. Like fuck it,
Like,
anything's possible.
nah.
We gonna do whatever. Like, I mean, like I said, like I didn't get the first. What was it? 600, 1500. I didn't get the 1500. So I feel like I'm due for the 2. Like, give me the
Sheesh.
2. I know they give niggas 6 and shit. I mean, I ain't get the 6 either. Y'all get any of it?
No, I got the first round because the first round you got like what? Then you got like 1,200
$1,200.
and another
It was
5 if
$1,200.
you got a kid or something.
Yeah, if you had a kid.
Yeah, I got my 17.
I got the first one, but I didn't get the 5. The
I ain't
extra
get this
5.
one,
Get shit.
You gotta hook up your Cash App card.
Yeah.
They straight cash app you, bro, from the rip. But they tell you, well, I promise you, bro. Yo, they tell you they tell you to go to the website. They tell you to go to the website, hook up your joint, and they cash app me the bread, bro. And my first stimmy
Who
was
would
through
say
the
it was
Cash
from though?
App.
Like who cashed it?
What you talking about?
Yeah, Trump
That shit that bling. No, but no, you know your Cash App you could use your Cash App as like a bank account.
Right.
Yeah.
So like they ain't really Cash App, they just deposit it into the Cash App. Same different shit.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. I ain't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, you gotta hook your Cash App up.
Yeah, I didn't get that joint. I had, I did the website joint. Like, hold up, let me see. Like, they said that shit to one of my old addresses. I ain't lived through. Like,
Somebody cash your stimmy.
I called them. They said, nah, we ain't getting nothing here.
They said Nizzy.
Who this is? Nah, man.
Nope.
No, you ain't gotta come down here. We ain't getting it. Like,
We ain't nothing
I'm like,
here.
how you know? You don't live in that apartment. Like, how the fuck you know? Alright, it is what it is. Like,
Real.
the sudden button, like, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't getting the 2 rack, the 200, the 2,000 stimmy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like what is it called? LLC Twitter was going. They was going mad on that joint too. When everybody was getting their stimulus, it was like
I was mad that all them unemployment people was getting 10 racks.
Listen.
And I just got a
They
new
was
job.
running it
I was
up.
like, damn, this is the worst time to be employed. Like,
Who was?
I
Oh,
felt
yeah.
stupid.
I don't know about y'all. I feel like the pool mothers going to jail. Like, I'm just waiting for this shit. Like, I feel like nothing good is coming out of this. Like, niggas just get running up the check
Yo.
to like fucking 30 G's. Like,
Listen,
nah, bro.
they really was. I seen
no
people
way.
showing me dead ass had $15,000, and
Oh.
now it's broke
Right.
as
Just probably
fuck.
ain't do nothing with it.
Like,
Yeah.
at the mall. Remember the Gucci store? All that shit was lined
That
up.
joint was
Yep.
crazy. I said, See niggas, man.
My dumb ass was at work all last year.
I definitely was at
work. Like, I'm supposed to be blessed to have a job. These niggas out here going having vacation.
Paying go to Miami.
Yeah, go on the yacht.
They changing the weather with the. They changing the weather.
Location in Mexico, man. That shit is spot now. Like, we going to Tulum.
I said, but I'm supposed to be blessed to have a job.
Right, like this shit, like yo, the working man is a sucker.
That's what I was mad about. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was mad about that for real. I was hating on the low.
Get your money, but I'm hating. Like that's
I was really hating.
I'm hating, like, but yeah, niggas go to jail for this shit. Like, hey, look, or y'all got to pay the fucking IRS back.
If they was smart, yeah, I would say they probably got to pay the IRS back,
like that shit.
or save some of that for bail money.
Like that shit. Hopefully
you better save 10%.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Hopefully you flip that shit to something.
Bro, right.
Yeah, I don't know. Hope y'all good. I don't know nobody. Like I'm close to that did it though. That's the only thing.
No, I do.
Nah.
I do. I know a couple people that did the right thing with it, but most people I know, they was fresh for a good 3 months.
Money. Right.
For a good 3 months, they were the freshest dudes on the block.
Instagram with the money phones. Shit, like,
there was so many money phones out.
Damn, y'all motherfuckers. Like, I was hating, like at work, like sweating like a slave, like for nothing, for crumbs. This shit, like I don't know, man, but. Hopefully, I mean, my stimulus on the way. My stimmy on the way.
Pay me, Joey.
Yeah, like
what if they send me a letter like, yeah, we not giving you nothing because you didn't vote.
Shit, dying.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
We pulled up your records and we see that you didn't vote, so you can't reap the benefits.
Like, damn, that'd be a nut joint.
That would be a nut joint.
Joint, like your whole check on your child support.
Yikes! I had that happen before.
Yo,
like dying, like. The stimmy, the whole
stimmy.
Like, man, you give me something back.
You call her, she at Cherry Hill.
Right, like,
what you talking about? Where you at? What you talking about?
No, she at Tulum. The baby not even there. Like,
she went my mom.
Like, that shit crazy. Like, dying. Like, it's like that, huh? All right, say less then. Like, no stimmy for you. No stimmy for Jimmy. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's, I don't know. Like I said, I was hating, but get your money. It's close to them. We're gonna get their reparations.
Get yours.
Right? That's what they said.
Hey, get it.
I don't know. You don't get into some ignorant. Well, not ignorant, but you call it. It's not. Really
it's ignorant.
It's ignorant.
No, it ain't. It's more sexist or not even sex. I don't know. Depending on your point of view. So, came up with this question, right? I don't remember where I came up with this question, but I wrote down my notes and I said, "Yo, this is gonna be a good podcast topic." So. Let me ask y'all, do you date up or do you date down?
I'm scared to say, cause like
for the rip, I want to ask y'all, just answer the question, sweat out, up or down, Lee?
Up
or down, Bang.
This question will incriminate me. This is cock blocking. I'm not cock blocking on myself.
In general, not like right now, but in
general.
Yeah, which one would you date down more? And I date down as well.
Can I ask why?
However, I've dated up a few times. Wait, damn.
Okay, wait.
I might date up.
Let's give these people a definition first.
Okay.
Maybe they don't know what we're trying to say.
So, you want to do it?
Go ahead. No, you came up with the.
I'll give an explanation. I'll give an explanation. All right, so listen. This is the explanation I got for dating down. You dating down when you dating somebody that might not be on the same level as you, like
as far as what,
financially,
morals, like what I mean, like y'all might be just two different places. Like you might feel like you growing, but you still got a weakness for like this type of thing, or like for me, like it's about potential. I see potential, and I draft off potential. Like what I mean, I like what I see. I'm like, you know what, she could be great if she just had me behind her to help her get to that level. Like
I agree. I feel like mostly financial, we think of that, right? But it's more than that. It's more so like you might dating down might be where if I'm up, that means I know my path. Mm-hmm. This is where I want to be. I know where I want to be, and that's where I'm headed to. Versus you trying to figure out what's your lane or what you want out of life. I feel like that's also a definition.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of times it's just like, all right, just like you said, where are you at in your life? Like right now, like. I don't know, I could be in a situation where I live with my mom and she pay all the bills and I just, I do Uber rides every now and then and I get that and that's cool. Like, but somebody who's, live on their own, got their own place or whatever, pay their own bills. They come to me and they look at that as me dating down.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Towards me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to ask y'all, why do you think you date up or down? I think all men date down.
Why do you say that?
For their ego? You think it's because of their ego?
Yes, that's the number one thing.
I think most men date down for their ego.
And I'm gonna tell you why. So first and foremost, and I think the opposite of that, women date up and men date down. And the reason why I think that is because, first of all, we have this belief in no matter what culture you come from, the man is supposed to lead the house.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the guy. He's supposed to be the breadwinner.
Right? So that being the belief is you believe that since you supposed to be the breadwinner, you always gotta be the one with
Give me the bean, Leah. You're not gonna pull up in the drive through Wendy's and be like, he cute as shit.
I would.
And like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna help him. No, he ain't gonna be like that.
So the breadwinner could be like, I ain't even gonna say breadwinner. I'm gonna say I gotta be one to provide, right? I gotta be
provide.
Bills and all that, right? That's how it is, right? So if I could pay the bills of a house that's, I don't know, a 4-bedroom house, right? The mortgage is like $1,300. Let's say that, right? It's $1,300 plus the bills. Like I could pay all the bills, our car note, and our insurance. However, with your income, you could pay for a crib that's twice that size.
Okay.
A crib that's 8 bedrooms. You know what I'm saying?
And you wouldn't want to date nobody like that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so is that really you? Like, you dating down now? Even though I can still provide, just not provide from what you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't necessarily say that's dating down then, because you can provide. So it's not dating down. Dating down is.
But when you be living, you don't think a woman would be living beyond her, below her means?
Her standards are.
I don't think so. No.
So if I could afford to take care of us, and if we live in a Section 8, right?
Or let's just make it simple. Let's just make it simple. If you got your own house, right, and you dating somebody, and you feel like and you found out that he still live with his mom, that's dating down to you, right?
And it's
like you deal with somebody who got his own house, like you know what I mean?
Like your level is different though, because I could be like I said, like let's talk before, where I'm at in my life, that's where I want to be. I got a job. I can afford a fucking $1,300.
Right.
Yeah, $1,300 mortgage and all that, like, and still pay all my bills and I'm good.
Right.
However, you, like the woman that I'm dealing with, she may feel like, nigga, I want a crib that's fucking 7 bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? Right. So now it's like, all right, like now, in a sense, she's dating down, even though to somebody else, I'm a catch. Like, oh, this nigga got his own crib.
Right. You know what I mean? Like,
but you like a friend of mine, she said that you got to date women that's in your tax bracket, and before she said that shit, I'm thinking like, this is some like materialistic ass shit. But then I started thinking, like, you know what? You mean like the women you can afford. Because if your lifestyle was one way, I gotta be able to provide that, right?
Yeah. Right.
However, men go off of that. So they find women that like within that, I can afford. Like, all right, so why if I make, I don't know, like every time I bring home $1,200 every week, right? Let's say I bring home $1,200 every week. But you spend $1,100 every week. Right. I'm not about to go date no woman. Like,
I'm not about to.
Some guys do that, and that's the problem.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So mentally, I'm already thinking financially wise, I need somebody that's spending like $600. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
right. But Leah got a kind of point though, because like, so some men do date up because of their egos. Yeah. Like for example, might like a woman because she fine as fuck. A lot of niggas do that, or she got a banging body, but she expensive chick. They'll go broke trying to provide for her, trying to keep up with that lifestyle, knowing that you ain't about that. Like, you know what I mean?
They're like, oh, you know what I mean? The woman too expensive, where she a gold digger. No, that's the lifestyle that she's already been accustomed to, and she probably let you know this ahead of time. So you went broke trying to impress this girl when in reality that wasn't for you. You know you can't afford that, and you know that's not what's gonna make you happy. At the end of the day, you broke while she walking around with all these bags and shoes tripping. And all that shit.
Ego tripping.
Yeah, ego make you believe like, yo, like I just gotta get to it.
He just gotta make it look good.
Now you working.
He got a couple flicks.
It's never good to fake it till you make it. It's never good to fake it.
170 hours a week, driving Uber on the side.
Niggas is burning their connects.
Trying to get it.
That's never a good thing. That's never a good thing.
But that has me looking at things like, you know what? I feel like I do have to date a woman that's on my level, not beneath me.
That's the medium.
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, like whatever your lifestyle is, I feel like you got to be able to afford your lifestyle, not the person that's taking care of you, which is like not your parents,
Right.
not your last nigga, you yourself have to be able to afford
For
this
your own
lifestyle
life.
that you want to live in order for me to see the potential, like you were saying, Bang, like I feel like there's no potential in that. If you only, oh yeah, my last nigga used to do this and the third, I'm like, all right, so now you single, you can't do this now. Like, that's like, no, like
Right.
that's me. You was living off a lifestyle that he was providing, which is okay, but it's like, yeah, for me personally, I feel like nah, like if you want to be in a 6-bedroom house and all that, like, all right, well, you better be able to provide that. If you expect me to have that, be able to provide that, you need to be able to provide that yourself.
Yeah, date a woman that's at your level. So if you could afford, right now you could afford, you said what, 4 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and you date somebody that can afford 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and what if y'all want like a big ass house? Now y'all work together to get the big ass motherfucking house.
I feel like it should be.
Yeah, y'all a team, y'all together.
But that's even frowned upon sometimes too.
Exactly.
I don't think that shit.
But a lot of
I
people
wouldn't
are frowned upon that. Like,
Right.
no, the
No.
man should be taking care of them bills.
Right,
You ain't
right, like,
dutching with your chick.
But that's I'm glad you said that though, because that's definitely how I feel. Cause I'm like, all right, like why should we live and die off of what I make?
Right, yeah.
If
That's
you-
stupid. That's stupid for both of us. Like,
if you
we
come
both
to-
got good incomes. Like, why would we die?
Exactly.
Why we
Yeah,
live and die?
no.
Like even like I ain't even saying we gotta go half-sheets. Like look, all right, look. I go 75. You just put the 25 in that could push this fucking 5 bedroom to a 6 bedroom. Like, that's what I'm asking for. Like I feel like that's definitely a way.
The more a man stressed, that's one less erection per year.
Right,
you
like,
better be
listen, first of
careful.
all, ladies, nigga, I'm gonna tell this right now, and I'm probably snitching on a lot of people right now, but fuck it, listen. Men that pay all the bills, he not just fucking one lady. I'm just
Keep it in a bean.
Niggas that paying all the bills,
Keep
you
it
think he
in a
just messing with
bean.
you?
Nah.
No, nigga, that's what come with that. You want a nigga that pay all the bills, you want a nigga that's got all the hoes too. That's hand in hand. Like the niggas that paying all the bills, they not just sleep with one woman. I'm sorry. Like this, I'm sorry. For
I feel like any female should always have her own. Like I don't. Even though I would want a man that's able to provide, I want to be able to provide too. Because what if something happened to you?
Right.
You lose your job, you're laid off, or you get injured. Now we just all fuck because I'm not working, or I'm up here like, oh no, my man take care of everything. No, I want to help. Like.
So have you ever dated down, Leah?
Keep it a bean.
You definitely did that.
I
Keep
think
it
so.
a
I ain't
bean.
even gonna put your business out there like
I
that.
think I have. I've dated down.
And what was it like? How would you date down again?
No, I wouldn't. Only
You
because I
wouldn't?
feel like if I do date down, I will hope that this man has some type of ambition or drive within himself to try to come up. Even
Right.
if you're not
See,
trying to
that's
come
my
up
thing.
past me,
Right.
but just come up.
Right.
But I feel like when I did date down, they just was like all over the place, didn't really know what they wanted to do. So it was like me constantly having to help them or try to encourage them, or well, you good at this, do this or do that. And it was just like, it was frustrating because it's like, I'm at a place really, like I was younger, so I'm at a place right now where I really don't know what I want to do, but I'm good where I'm at. But they weren't good, so I'm like, all right, do this. All right, I'll help you do that. I'm like, nah, that shit is frustrating. It's annoying.
Now, was you really dating down, or did he have like a down moment? Like,
No, that wasn't a moment.
He
That was him. Yeah, that was him.
Right.
Yeah,
But see,
that was
listen,
just him.
but dating down to me, like, or potential period, that's not. It's not all about financials to me. Like,
No,
it's
it's not all
about
about
experiences.
financials.
Like, you know what I mean?
So give me
Like,
one-
I know.
give me
All right, for example, I know a couple of times I dated women where they dealt with men that just treated them a certain type of way, and I'm like for real, like you ain't really dealt with a nigga that really treated you good. Okay, I'm gonna show you
Okay,
something
yeah,
different.
that's-
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boom. Like, so to me, like, that's dating down because
quality
they used to
dude,
dealing
yes.
with a guy this way. I'm like, yo, I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or this, then the third, and then it's like you show them something different. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like that's helping them grow in a way. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, so like it be about the vibe a lot of times because I don't spend money on females.
What?
I don't spend money on females.
So
like,
have you ever dated up then?
I did, of course. I did. Same reason why other niggas dated. Woman's fine as hell. What you
But
talking
see,
about?
just because a woman fine don't mean she really up though. That's what
Right.
But no,
True.
but I'm just saying. No. All right, I'm gonna tell you about a recent situation. Right. So I was pursuing this lady.
Don't
I mean, I was
correct yourself, bro.
pursuing this young lady. She's fine as hell, but she's where I be trying to get. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she got stuff figured out that I still be trying to figure out.
Okay.
And like, I'm the type of nigga that'll be texting a girl like, yo, check this out. Go look at this. Texting them stuff that I might come across or information. She the one that be hitting me up like, yo, I'm like, and she put me on to everything. Like, she definitely a winner. Like, you know what I mean? That's just different to me. Like, that's like, you know, that's dating up to me. Cause I'm like, okay, she make me gotta step my shit up. I'm like, I wake up every morning like, shit, before I even text her, let me, you know, like, let me make sure, all right, I made some type of money or something I did something right. Like, you know what I mean? So that's dating up. And that could be a good thing too. That don't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like I definitely, like I said, I did up and down, and now that I think about it, I don't really have just be a good person. Like, that's my whole thing. Just be a good person.
It ain't a lot of them out there.
Yeah, like, I don't
just be a good person.
It's not a lot of them.
I can tell you why a lot of men intimidate dating up, right? I can speak from that standpoint.
Insecurity.
Just because, like, like, first and foremost, like, the bar set way higher than what you would actually want that. So that's one thing. Like, I used to always say, like, yo, look, I want to date a girl that ain't never been nowhere. Why? Because I could like any.
You the man.
Yo, we about to go to the fucking
Atlantic City, bitch.
Not even Atlantic City. Like, yo, let me
Atlantic City.
She like, I'm talking about you taking her to like fucking what's a regular ass cheesecake factory, like,
right? And she like,
they got salt and pepper at the same table. Oh my god, this is fancy. Like,
this cheesecake looks so
we get
pretty.
Our own ketchup. Oh my god, like,
we don't gotta ask them.
Right, like this. Like, I always used to say I want a woman like that because now I'm just going wow her like, oh,
I'm the man. Like, you the man. That shit make you feel good. Ever, you know it's good for your self-esteem.
Like, I'd be like, yo, I hope I date a girl that had never been nowhere. Cause I'm like, oh, she like you said, like she know Atlantic City, like yeah, we in Atlantic City. What? All right, let's go to Vegas real quick for the weekend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so what about this?
Cancun real quick. So I think just that alone, mentally, you feel like you doing good. Like you good, right? Versus you ever date a girl who like every time you like, oh, have you ever been I've been there 3 times. Like,
damn, like, all right.
When I was 16.
I'm gonna call you back.
You ever ate that? Yeah, they got number 12, you know, like the special number 12. Like, fuck, all right, shit, you ever been to the moon? Yeah, I was in the moon. We stopped in the moon first with the.
I was on the first ride to the moon. What? You went there for the opening?
Like, that shit get intimidated by because right. Like, yo, how do I get in there?
Like how do I impress her?
You gonna feel like you're never gonna be able to impress her at all.
Like, so it's like, so a lot of men get intimidated by that alone. Like, oh shit, like we got our own car. Damn, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna like, you know what I mean? Like shit like that. It's like, yo, it's harder. So men usually like, you know, you get turned off by that. Like, all right, I can't impress her, so I can't win her over. I can't impress her. Right. That's you know, you always think that. So it's like.
So what about this though? So what about if y'all was on the same level, right? But you go through a down moment. And you stay in that relationship. So are you still dating up at that point because you went down?
No.
Like you dropped?
No, because you always if you get to a certain point, you know how to get there again. So it's like even if you do have a down moment,
but that
you can
shit
get
still
back.
Can hurt you because I've been in a situation like that.
I feel like it all depends on who you're dealing with, though.
You might not be motivated to get there again either. So
yeah.
I mean, if you're dealing with the right person, you probably will get motivated. Like, listen, we made all these plans. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. So yeah, I gotta get back on my feet. So you know.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, sometimes people just don't get it again. Like, imagine being an athlete and
that's different. Yeah, you can't get back.
You're done. Like,
that's the only way you knew how to make money. That was your life. Right, ball is life.
Imagine being a writer and going to a whole state of mind where you can't find, you can't
listen.
Anymore. Like,
who you telling?
That happens.
Right. So I'm just saying, like,
that fucking happens.
It sounds easy, but you may not be able to get back to it, or the passion of that might
be different.
Maybe you suffered a loss in your family that where it's like, damn, I don't even want to do this shit no more. The only reason I fucking went to college was because my mom wanted me to go, and then she passed away, and then now I don't even have
the drive.
I don't have the drive to even pursue it anymore.
Right.
But I think if somebody that's with you and they saw you at this moment, they know where you can be at. So
yeah, that's why
it's like, all right, if they can have that like, I don't know what it is, resent, what is it called, like to just, if they can have the drive to or the energy to like deal with you during that time to see you through it, then that's like, you know, that's love. Like, but that's how you. That ain't that. Like,
I mean, a lot of times it's not, but that's how you. That's why you gotta realize the person that you're dealing with.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, you know, time will tell. Sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes
take 10 days, sometimes take 10
That's why sometimes you just gotta do like a little test run. Just go home one day, be like, baby, I lost my job.
Right. Oh, you did? Hold on. This Keisha calling me. Bitch, I knew it. I knew you wasn't shit. I was just playing. I got promotion.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta like really like.
I recommend every nigga do that right now.
Right.
If you nigga right now, you
call your chick right now, telling you lost your job. See how she react. That's how you know she a
especially if you
real
got
one.
like a date, something planned coming up, or whatever.
Right.
Yes, it's her
And
birthday.
she don't recommend like, all right, let's cancel this John. If she don't recommend that, you already know where the fuck.
If she hit
Right.
you with the, are we still gonna be able to go
still
for my
gonna go, right?
birthday? If she hit you with that shit,
No,
like, are we
no,
still
no,
such and such on Friday though?
No. She's supposed to order back. Like,
She supposed to be like, yo, we got to save everything,
Right.
boo. We got to
Yeah.
do this.
we
We
can
got
sell
to do
the
that.
couch. Like, let's just, like,
We can sell the kids.
yeah, like if she don't come down with all that, then you already know what it is. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So it's just like, yeah, like, nah.
Touch your ladies,
sometimes
fellas.
you do
Touch
gotta-
your ladies.
Yeah, so like I feel like women date up for the security and men date down for the ego, and that just yeah, like it go along. I feel like I think women have dated like down, but I feel like they don't do it for long. Like I've seen women that was like, yo, why you dating this nigga? Like some women may date down for ego as well. Like
Yeah.
you feel what I'm saying? Like she don't want a nigga that could walk over. She feel like he's walking all over her. Like
Yeah.
some women date up or down for that same reason. Like me personally, I feel like one of my exes definitely was dating potential when they was dating me. Like they saw what I could have been. Like, all right, let me see what's up with this. Then, like, I definitely feel like one of them definitely did. Like, for the rest of them, I probably feel like, nah, it's more than a few actually. More than a few was dating potential. Like, cause I think about when they met me at that time. Like, why the fuck would you give me a shake?
Why
like,
would you give me?
Yeah, like nah, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, like, I feel like I feel like women always, with me, they dating potential always. No matter if it's up or down, dating potential. Just because I think mentally I know where I want to be and where I'm headed to. So I'm not that far from that. So that's why I feel like every woman that I've dated, it was always dating potential. Like, but yeah, yeah. How y'all feel about? Y'all got anything else to add to that?
To dating down.
Yeah. So
if you seeing this and you dating me, I was just playing. Yeah, with these guys.
Listen.
If you're going to date down and date somebody with potential, make sure they realize their potential and they're actually trying to fulfill their potential. Because there's nothing worse than like seeing a potential on somebody else and they don't even see it in themselves. They're not trying to achieve nothing. They just like.
Right.
There's always good
comfortable where they
intentions,
at.
though.
Yeah.
There's always good intentions.
Always good intentions, but you
always
gotta.
good with good intentions.
Yeah.
Right.
Not to actually feed my ego.
Alright, but so let me ask you this one thing then. Would you rather your kids date up or date down?
Depends on which kid. What you talking about?
So true
True can date down.
Oh, he can date down.
He can date down.
Like, yo.
Because, you know, I'm going to make sure that he's going to be the guy. But my daughter, she can date up. Like,
Mari should date somebody on
she
his
definitely date up.
On his level or
Alright. I feel like, I mean, if she date, I don't know. I feel like I got a daughter too. I feel like she might have to date down. Like keep that nigga in check. Like remind him where how he was when you met him. Like remind him that like yo, I made you this. Like I made you this. Remind that nigga. I don't know. Like it depends.
You gonna create a savage, bro. Create a savage.
Like, listen, like remind.
There's already enough savage women out here.
Right. No, but like I feel like I don't know. But moving on though. Y'all wanna get into the last topic?
yeah.
Let's
So,
get into it.
Y'all want to talk about morals versus discipline. A friend of mine was my cousin. My cousin's my friends too.
Right.
He came to me, he was like, yo, do you think a lot of things that we do is based off our morals, or is it just, how we was disciplined? And it definitely raised a few questions in my mind. And one thing I want to ask y'all is, when we all got kids, so when y'all raising your children, which one do you think come in to affect more? Morals or discipline? Which one do you think you instill more? Because morals are,
Right,
is what
wrong.
what we believe to be right or wrong. More so, it's close to integrity, like doing what's right, even when no one is watching. Whereas discipline is doing what you're supposed to do, so you don't have to deal with the consequences. You know what I mean? Like the end game or whatever. So, What do y'all think?
For me, it's all morals. I'm just learning morals. Discipline. I didn't grow up with discipline, and none of that. I'm learning discipline as an adult. Like, so just keep it in being. Everything I did for my kids, and like you know,
not just beatings though. Not
right.
just
I didn't get beaten, so I don't beat my kids.
Negative reinforcement.
Like just so like everything I do is based off of morals. Like you know what I mean? Because I didn't have discipline. Like I never had that. Like I never had that.
What about you?
I feel like it's a fair balance of both. Only because like I grew up in a strict household where there was a lot of discipline, but it was also probably because my parents were deacons in the church, so we grew up in a Christian household.
Yeah.
So a lot of it was morals, trying to teach us right from wrong, but it was also like they disciplined us too. So it was, I don't know. I feel like I think I'm a fair balance of both.
Fair balance of both.
Yeah, I can't really say which one is more. I think it's a fair balance of both most of the time. When they're yeah, I would say a fair balance of both.
So like I was saying earlier when we talked about growth is I think when I first started, like my daughter's 4, but over the last year I realized, and especially being around my mom and my sister, like my older sister who got 3 kids and my mom who has 3 kids, right? Mm-hmm. So being around that a lot in the past year was when the time I started to make the switch from discipline to morals. And this is what I also want to ask you, because I feel like I do that now because I started to notice some of the morals that I was using to discipline my child, those more, I don't necessarily agree with now. So now I'm looking at like, damn, like now I'm trying to install my own moral balance within my daughter versus the ones my mom had. To give you an example, one day, my mom, my sister, everybody's over chilling. I'm upstairs doing whatever the hell I was doing. My daughter's down there, my niece and my nephews all down there, and they're doing homework or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And then I just hear my mom and my sister like yelling, like like what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are they yelling about? Like, right. And they yelling at the kids to do the homework, just like you see black moms do, right? Yeah. Like, 1 + 1 equals what? You got 1 and another 1. How many is it? Like, so you're like, obviously this shit ain't working. Like, this thing goes to one of my nephews. Where I'm like, obviously this approach is
about to cry in the pressure.
It's not working. Why do y'all proceed to beat them over the head with this? And that's when I started to realize, like, yo, you don't have to do this. Like, you don't have to always jump into this yelling mode thing. Yeah. And I noticed my mom do this a lot, like a whole, like she's been doing that when we was kids or whatever. And I started like, yo, you ever think about like, like not yelling? Like maybe if your daughter's about taking that approach or whatever. And we got into, my mom and my sister, we got into that. And they was just like, no, like your kids, sometimes you just got to. I'm like, no, like you gotta be able to check your ego, your attitude, because that anger might be coming from somewhere else. Yeah. And I was like, so once that was the thing, I started looking at myself like, you know what? I'll be yelling sometimes. So now I'll be taking that like, you know what? I'm not even going to yell. Like, it's a child. You got to have patience with a child. So it's like, all right, even though I just told you this 45 times, Amaya, I'm going to tell you this, try to tell you this again for the 45th time in the calmest way I can. Like, yo, you got to chill out. You can't do this. Like, it's just because, like, children are children. And I definitely think like moving forward, like it's definitely difficult, but I do think we, as like being product of the generation before us, we take those stuff that we grew up on, which is some might be from discipline, some might be morals, and we blend that to make our own moral discipline balance. But I do think we gotta we gotta filter out the bad shit, like filter out like it's something that. I don't even know what y'all do 24 hours with y'all children, but I'm pretty sure it's something that we take from our past, how we was growing up, that we apply to our kids now, and it don't even really fit. Like it's like, nah, they really shouldn't be doing this. Like, right. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And I definitely look at that shit like, yo, like, this is definitely not. This really isn't my morals. This is something my parents told me that, and I probably embedded it as a moral, but really they would just discipline me to like, like it's a lot of this dumb shit your parents probably told you what to do and not do. And now you look at this shit like, yo, what the fuck?
My mom gave me a lot of bad advice.
Think about some shit that you do right now that you like, yo, this shit is dumb. Like, why do we do this again? The whole time you only do it because your mom made you do it. That's it. Like, think about anything. Like, getting don't open up one box of cereal to the other one open like shit.
No, that's real shit though. That gets on my nerves. I don't know that shit
You
either.
don't even know why. Like you don't even know why.
I just feel like y'all once they open up another box of cereal, you rarely ever go back to the other box.
Stop buying
I'm
that
like, yo,
box. Like,
but me growing up, it wasn't like we wasn't when we went to the market with my mom. It was don't touch shit, don't ask for shit. So it's like I don't want to be like that with him. So if I take him to the market, I'm like, go ahead, pick out what you want, and he'll pick out what he want, and then he just go from this box. He's like. He'll eat fucking Frosted Flakes for a week straight and switch to Cocoa Pebbles. And now Cocoa Pebbles, he dogging them. And he ain't never gonna go back to the Frosted Flakes. So now I'm mad because you ain't
right. So now you gotta find another way to deal with it. Like, all right, well, when next time we go to market, we can't buy no more cereal because you still got cereal now.
Next time we go to the market, you gonna get the little mini one.
Right, you gotta find ways around it. You know what I'm saying? That's just us.
You gotta improvise.
We implying that we applying that stuff that our parents drilled on us, and we take it as that's morals, but really it's just some shit that they was like, all right, this shit really don't make any sense now. Like it doesn't fit to what we dealing with right now. Like, and I just think it's important for us to recognize that so we can filter out all of that, all the bullshit that we deal with. Like again, like we live in the age of internet. Like kids born with the internet. Like born with the internet.
Yeah.
Our parents didn't. They grew up, lived most of their life, and then the internet came around later. Like we grew up in it where we was growing up, and then the internet was introduced, and then we had to adapt to the internet. That's two different, three different paths when you think about it. Because again, like this kid, like we know what it is like without the internet. We know what it's like
to go outside.
Yeah, like our children don't know what that's like. So it's like we can't apply that. Like, oh. Y'all need to go outside for what? My friends ain't outside. Like, what you sitting outside for? Why was getting snatched left and right? Like the neighborhood not watching the kids no more. So it's like certain shit that just don't apply, and we think like, yo, this little nigga on here you gonna be on the tablet all day. I told my daughter like, yo, you gonna be on the tablet all day. She took the tablet and turned the TV on. So I'm like
the same thing.
Yeah, that's really how it be.
That's really how it be.
I'm just like, well, she's stuck in the house. Like, what she supposed to do? Like,
right, and I be feeling bad, but it irked me one day because I literally watched my son go from his tablet to my iPad to charge his tablet to watch my TV. I'm like, yo, get off. We gonna play a game. So I start buying them puzzles, coloring books and shit. I'm like, we gonna do something because they just got on my nerves so bad. But then I gotta remember, like, I'm scary. I don't even really want you going outside for real. Like it's too much stuff going on out here. I don't really want you out there, and I really don't want to go outside to sit there and watch you. So I'm like, it's so much stuff you gotta try to do different.
Yeah, I just think we just definitely gotta filter those morals and those disciplines. Like it's just like I feel like you definitely still need a balance of both.
Yeah.
Like a balance of both. I feel like more morals, like install more morals within your child versus like trying to beat it in the head. Like you gonna stop opening up all these cereal boxes, Maury? Like, first of all, we didn't tell you we went to the movies last week, right?
Right.
I rent out the whole movie theater. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely did.
I mean, slight flex. I mean, rent out the movie theater. I invited a couple people. I mean, I ain't charged or nothing. You know, I mean, say, hey, bring your children, come through. Blah blah blah. Leah showed up with Mari. You know, Mari. When the movie theater over, Mari invited everybody to the house. For real? Like, yeah, y'all come to my house. Yeah, we got snacks. We got everything. Like, I'm like, you just inviting us all over. Like, that's it. He was inviting us to the whole shebang. Like, yeah, come over to our house. It's good. It's all cool. Like, all right, okay. Like, all right. Like, Mari out here. He ate all our popcorn.
I'm over here like, get out. I'm like, but mom, sharing is caring. I said, no, stop eating everybody's stuff.
Excuse me, I got some more popcorn out here. He kept coming back. Like, keep passing. What you doing? Like, that shit was a cipher, like the rotation. Like, you go that way to come back this way. Come on, like, bring the popcorn. Like, but no, I just think like like our children are growing up in a different time, and I think we definitely need to identify that those morals now. Here go the caveat to all of that. The three of us, we all co-parents, right?
Right.
For the most part, somebody told me co-parent was a fake thing too. Like,
how?
And it was like, yo, think about it. When you and the person together, mom and dad or whatever role you play, right? He said when y'all break up, y'all still mom and dad. Like it don't change. Like,
it's parenting.
Like, yeah, that's it. So parenting, like
because y'all not together.
It's still parenting.
It's still parenting.
It should never change. Like.
The only thing about co-parenting though is that everybody parents differently. It's easy to parent the same way when you're in the same household. Right. When you're in different households, you got your set of rules and she got her set of rules. Right. Y'all try to make it blend so that the child not.
But that's what I wanted to ask next. So how do you find a balance when you guys different set of morals and discipline versus the other parent with this set of morals?
Y'all should have thought about that before you had a baby. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, but just like you
But
said,
I face that challenge every day.
but like you're saying, shit change all the
I
time.
mean, it do. Like, for example, like when True was first born, I wanted True to be a vegan from the rip. We did it for the first, couple months and like 6 months that he was alive or whatever. But what happened was, his mom don't eat like that, and her family don't eat like that. So it's like when I'm FaceTiming her and I see True in the background eating a hot dog, I'm having a fit. I'm on my way right now. You tripping? See, now we got fused. Now I got to be. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, y'all really gotta. I know a lot of us, we have babies and stuff, or without actually getting there to the nitty gritty with that type of stuff. But you know what I mean, when you do have those challenges though, you only gonna do the best thing that you can. Like, you know what I mean? Because like now I'm True at the age where like I can't make him eat what he ain't gonna want to eat. He only gonna eat what he want to eat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he not, you know what I mean? So I just gotta do the best I can to make it as healthy as possible, or the best way to my moral principle or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? She do the best that she can, and we try to honor or respect each other's wishes when we can, but. You know what I mean? I can't expect her to change her whole lifestyle because my lifestyle is different, and she can't expect me to do the same. So it's like, it's a challenge. It's just a challenge.
Growth. Shit you was saying 2 years ago in the first couple episodes, totally different what you said now. Like, listen, anybody out there, listen to Bang, listen to like episode 2 and 3 of Bang, and then listen to this one. You like, hold the fuck up. This nigga said something totally different. Like, when True was just an infant, and it was like, he gonna be this, that, and third. She gonna be mine.
I had a
growth.
plan.
It was growth right in front of our eyes. Like, that's what you said. I had a plan.
I had a plan.
Then when you say like, oh yeah, the plan ain't, I don't know. Like, we had a plan. Now she called it the plan. That was like, yeah. Now we here. Like, that's why you gotta play. Like, all right, look, they ain't working. Get that shit out of here.
But you're stretching yourself out trying to force something that you can't make happen.
Yeah, and
you gotta do the best you can to respect each other.
And I feel like more importantly, like, and I think we probably talked about this before, and this is still on topic. Like, just when you choosing a partner, sometimes those are things we don't really look into. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like just like growth. Like, you grow and the other person grows. Y'all could grow in two totally different directions.
Yeah.
So that's always a whole thing. Like, damn, we gotta deal with that now. Like, you know what I mean? Just that moral principle that you talk about that you have, it might change. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, dealing with
That could change.
And it's definitely hard, especially because like I don't even, like I said, like whatever my daughter go through here at my house, I don't even fucking know. Like, come here, this is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? I try not to. If she tell me something like, oh, mommy helps you do this, that, third, like, all right, like I stopped my daughter watching YouTube, but she still watching YouTube at her mom's house.
Yeah.
So that was like, but she know when she get over here, we not turn on YouTube. So it's just like how it is. So you know what I mean? Like it's definitely a struggle. Definitely a struggle.
It's difficult. And I don't really even have to co-parent, but I feel like because I don't co-parent, I don't really talk to my son about his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Like his dad is incarcerated. He's been incarcerated for like 3 years.
Right.
But I heard him say something today that made me sit down and actually talk to him because he was out in public and with his guy dad, and the lady was like, "Is that your dad?" He was like, "No, my dad's dead." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I didn't expect him to say. Yeah, I was like, and I didn't want to say that in front of the lady. So when I went to your home, I'm like, "Who told you that?" And he was like, I haven't seen him." So he assumed that his dad was dead.
Damn, that's crazy.
Wow.
Right. So I was like,
he came to that assumption like that.
right. I was like, "Yo, where am I here?" I'm like, "Somebody tell him." I'm like, right.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
one thing I never did, especially once he started getting older and realized stuff, I never talked bad about his dad around him.
Right.
I never talked to him. I never said, "Your dad ain't shit." I never do that. I never did that ever. Like, I don't care what me and his dad was going through. I never talked bad about his dad. So for him to say that, I'm just like, yo, where the fuck did that come from? So I just sat him down. I told him, I'm like, your dad is away. I said, you do have a dad, and you might see him again. You might talk to him again. I said, just ask your grandma. Next time you with your other grandma, talk to her. And ask her, because she'll know more than I do. But your dad's not dead.
Yeah.
So.
I think a lot of mothers, I think a lot of y'all believe, a lot of mothers, not all y'all, but a lot of y'all believe that it's your place to tell your child how they should feel about their father. Like, regardless of whatever their relationship, even if it's a positive or no, negative, I think a lot of y'all believe that it's your place for your child to you know, tell him how he feel about, or you know, he or she feel how they should feel about their father.
Right.
And I think that's a relationship that is between them two. Like,
yeah.
so they gotta figure that out on their own. Like, no matter how you think you protecting your child, whatever. Like, I do. A lot of the mothers take that position. Like, oh no, they need to know that his dad ain't shit. Like, by your standards, like, yeah, by your standards.
Yeah, like I'm not going
That
to
shit
tell
ain't,
them.
yeah, like, but a lot of mothers, that's very, you know what that is?
The hardest thing in the world.
Growth. That's growth, man.
I swear, everything I love. This
Because
is the
Aaliyah
hardest
got on
thing
here,
ever.
she got on here a lot of times saying that nigga ain't shit. Like, that was like, yeah, she ain't gonna do it in front of Mari. Like,
Right.
no, growth,
Like,
growth.
I ain't
Go
gonna
back to
do
them episodes we talk about the dads. Go to them episodes, see how Aaliyah was acting. Like, growth. You see it right here. You see
I
it
would
right
never want to
here.
consider him because you know I had my dad growing up. Me and my dad was close.
Right.
So even if that's not the case with them right now, they always have. Well, you know,
Potential.
tomorrow's never promised, but it's gonna take time.
Right.
And they can always develop
Right.
their relationship later. So I don't want to
Mhm.
put in his head that he ain't shit. He did this and he did that.
And then he, you know,
Yeah, like-
is eliminating that possibility.
You still young and you got the
Yeah.
opportunity to have a different side of it. So
Right.
I would rather them do that.
That's
Parenting the
growth.
hardest thing ever in the world,
Yeah.
yo. I don't care what nobody say.
Fuck yeah.
It's the most challenging thing I ever faced in my life.
Yeah. I pray that everybody's going through it, man.
It's like doing a bid.
Yeah, shit is crazy. Like,
I'm doing an 18-year bid. But even at 18, that shit ain't even over. I've been thinking about, like, after 18, I still needed my parents for shit.
hell yeah. Listen,
Thanks.
like,
The fuck?
that's the crazy part because we put a number on children. Like, we put a number on like you 24. Oh, you're not a child no more.
What?
A 24-year-old go do some shit. You like, yo. First of all, 24 is still college age. in
Yeah,
a sense.
that's still young enough to make dumb
Right,
ass
so
mistakes.
you like, yo, you was a kid. Like, think about the decision you made. You was like, even like
Some childish
2
shit.
years ago, you like, yo, this is some childish
That's
shit.
some
Yeah, you was a kid.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
I feel like you ain't grown until you like 50. Like, yo, like, all right, now 40.
But
40,
even
like,
even
I feel
still,
like no matter what
Because-
age you are, you always gonna want your parent for something.
right, but not even just. I'm just talking about general. Like, it's like you make a decision at 30. It's like, yo, you young. You know what I'm saying? Like it's somebody that's older than you that's like, oh yeah, you was young. That's like,
Yeah.
you was young. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you make a decision at 38, 40. Like, it's still people that's like, yeah, you was young. You made the decision because you was young. Like,
Yeah.
man,
And
when
you
you
was
get to
beating
like
yourself the
50,
fuck up.
like, it's like, when you at 30 to like 40, it's a lot of decisions you can still make that can be turned around. Like, you know what I mean? And given in due time versus when you like 50, this is your life now. Like,
No.
ain't no going back.
No,
Like,
please.
yeah, like if you think about it, you fuck up your ankle at 30, like damn, it's gonna fuck up. You probably had to put a cast on, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But eventually you should bounce back, right?
Yeah.
Like, you ain't gotta alter your life to where you walking around the cane just yet.
Right.
You fuck your ankle up at 50, you probably done. Like, it's damn, it's over. Like, I can't drive
You gotta
no more.
live for the
Like,
rest of your
yeah,
life.
like it's over. Like, hopefully, I mean, you know, it just shit just happened. I feel like, you know, I feel like a lot of us, and I'm over 30, so, but a lot of us is just like, yeah, like, we think like we old, but it's an old motherfucker. Like, you think you ain't old. Like, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers in my
I don't
job been
think
there for
I'm old.
like 30 years. Like, it's a lot of people in my job been there for 30 years. They've been there longer than I've been alive.
40 years.
It's like,
I'm
yeah,
not saying, like, it's really
no,
people
shit,
that have been
like,
working for places longer than I've been alive. Like, you,
and they not 40. Like, they worked there when they was 1. Like, they was adults when they got the job. So it was like
Jeez.
they was grown up. Like, yeah. So it just, you know, I don't know, man. But shit, we about that time. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we can remember that.
All right. Well, shit. Let's talk about everything we got to look forward to this season. Yeah, this season. Like,
on this season, on Unrecognized Radio.
first of all, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. Everybody that's been part of the journey with us since the beginning. Like, it's been ups, it's been downs, it's been in and outs. All this, the whole shit bang and bang. Like,
For sure.
I just definitely appreciate y'all being here. Y'all can look forward to us more consistently than before. More consistently.
consistently.
Yeah, I was like, don't even doubt it.
Right.
Hold everybody to it. What we got going on? Oh yeah, we decided to add to the team, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, so should we put that out there?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we definitely looking for people to add to the team if you're interested. We will give you more details. We'll probably be posting more details, right? We'll put something together.
I think we should use the time to tell them now. Like,
Okay.
so first and foremost, we're looking for somebody. We need somebody to help with our management. So if you're interested, and helping managing the show, i.e. the Instagram, YouTube, and all that good stuff, all that.
No, you can't get a mic.
Like they might, I don't know. We might have to work something out. But definitely DM us, email us, however you want to contact us. Please, we would definitely love to have you on.
We're looking for crew though. We're looking for crew
Definitely
too as well.
videographers.
If you're just interested in
Yes.
just helping out, being a part of the crew, helping the podcast grow more, hit us up, DM us, and
check us out on YouTube. We are on YouTube more consistently now, full episodes, no more the half episode thing. I don't know, what was I thinking with that? I forgot. I had an idea.
The idea was for people that listen to the podcast to watch the video.
Right, okay, yeah.
And then
in the
people
video.
that watch the video, you'll get a little snippet, and then you listen to the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Yeah, I don't know if it worked though, but we're gonna find out. Yeah, I don't know. But other than that, y'all got anything else?
If you're not already, follow me on Instagram at the Aaliyah Michelle, or wait, what's my name on you? No, Aaliyah Michelle Poetry.
Yikes, forgot.
I did.
Been a minute.
Alright, you can come bid with me on Instagram at brotherbangbang.com.
Yo, we all fucking up.
Brother Bang Bang. Brother Bang Bang with the ER, not the A.
Speaking of that, we are working on the website, so definitely we're gonna have some merch available. We are also
merch coming
looking for
soon.
sponsorship. So if you wanna run an ad on the show, definitely hit us up. We do have sponsorship spots available, so definitely contact us ASAP. We are willing to work with all black-owned businesses or any businesses for that matter. Just
all businesses.
Definitely hit us up. You can follow the podcast page at
Unrecognizable Podcast.
on Instagram, Unrecognizable Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at UNR_podcast. You can follow us on YouTube, like, share, subscribe at Unrecognized Real. You can catch me at Paper U Reese across multiple platforms. Definitely download, listen to the podcast on Apple, Google, and Spotify. We are there, and now we're on iHeartRadio as well. And word of mouth. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. Like
we will be on Barstool soon.
Yes. We trying to be everywhere. I heard Ho selling titles, so I'm trying to get my money up. You know what I mean?
I just got a new subscription. Damn.
Yeah.
Niggas selling in that?
Yeah. But all right. Well, thanks for being here for the journey, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Holla.